Jeffrey de Graaf. He came into this tournament on a bit of a high, but I've got to say he took a bit of a beating as well, did de Graaf yesterday, losing 6-2. And I thought there were just one or two signs from Van Duijvenbode last night that he could mean business this weekend. He led from the front pretty much from the word go. He got the early break for 1-0. He got another break for 5-2. He never really looked back, and I think he had a fair amount of control over the course of that one as well. But the draw has not been kind for Van Duijvenbode, you have to say. Danny Noppert on any given day, any given European stage, is a real clear and present danger. And they sometimes say familiarity breeds contempt. These two know each other very well indeed. I think there'll be a lot of respect on this stage, Glenn Durrant.
Yeah, perfectly put. Two good friends. They've even represented the country twice at the World Cup of Darts as well.
First leg, Danny to throw first. Game.
It was at this time last year as well that Danny Noppert, as a seed, went onto the stage where he also played under Dutch compatriot in Raymond van Barneveld. Well, he was superb in that game and
59.
was a comfortable 6-2 winner. But you talk about the fact that the draws have been kind for Dirk. I'm sure with Danny Noppert when he saw the draw on Thursday as well, is that Dirk's one of those non-seeded players that the seeds really don't want to meet on the Saturday night.
Yeah, and if you want to win a European Tour title, I think you've got to assume that you're going to have to beat some of the very best anyway to get there. It can open up, but it's a rare thing. You normally have to have at least 3-4 solid performances behind you against whoever the opposition might be. But it's a reflection of the strength in depth, once again, of the field that we've put together this weekend on the European Tour stage. Johnny Clayton or Mario van den Behaarde lie in wait for the winner of this one. Van den Behaarde, one of the 3 Belgian players in action tonight in our bumper field this evening. 8 matches from 7 o'clock this evening, just to mark your card quickly. Kim Huybrechts also in action. So too Mike de Decker, the real deal, Belgium's #1. That should be enough, I think, for the Belgian crowd to get stuck into, let alone the most decorated player on the European Tour, Michael van Gerwen, and of course the world champion, Luke Littler.
Yeah, just going to that Mike de Decker game, it's really interesting dynamic in that one because he plays Martin Schindler, and on the European Tour usually Martin Schindler has the adoring crowd behind him, so there's an interesting dynamic how Martin will deal with that as well. But yeah, a fabulous night, but this match is a wonderful game to end a brilliant afternoon session.
128, and you require 108.
Options on the 108. Not often seen the 18s route now. We'll be looking again to stay there and finish now.
52. They could go 150.
Yeah, taking his time here, Van Duijvenbode, just sizing this one up, and little wonder as well. Another one of those, double 18. Oh, what a way to start things off. That has set a very high bar. Dirk van Duijvenbode, I was losing my voice there after that one. That was astonishing. I mean, he took his time, and I just wondered what he was going through there, what the thought process was, but he was just composing himself, and clearly to devastating effect, Glenn.
Yeah, and for any young player watching, Rob, I mean, that was ideal because he was not throwing that first dart until he was ready on the hockey. You've got to get your balance, your posture ready, and then he looked at that treble 19 when he was ready, and that was a sublime finish with Danny Noppert. Sat pretty.
56.
Beautiful start. And that backs up his 1-2-2 finish yesterday and his 1-1-8 finish. Dirk van Duijvenbode, who's known more for his massive 180 hit and just demonstrating his skills. He was excellent on his doubles last night. 6 from 9. Carrying on that trend.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a little warning shot across the bows of Danny Noppert there after that one. And it was a break of throw as well, let's not forget as well. So, yeah, early advantage for Van Duijvenbode, who, as I mentioned, led pretty much from the word go against de Graaf yesterday. And he's found 2 treble 19s. He's found 3 treble 19s once again. So the switching from Van Duijvenbode has been effective so far.
10 semi-finals between the pair of them. 4 runner-up spots, but striving for that title, the pair of these protagonists.
I was going to ask you earlier, actually, but as it's become relevant now with those treble 19s for Van Duijvenbode, who would you rank as your best 19s hitter?
I would go with Madars Razma.
Okay.
And not only am I saying that, but he also uses it as strategy as his first start. You'll see a lot with the transition going from the treble 20 down to the 19s.
16.
I'll go over Asmer as Dirk van Duijvenbode. There's a real opportunity here for an early 2-0 lead.
Yeah, 3 clear darts at double 8. I'm amazed that he didn't find a way through with that third one, but he'll be hoping to come back, and he will come back.
Frustration of the 159 as a player, and Danny will be thinking if I was left on the finish, he would have checked out there. See if that is correct.
On the second leg.
That leads 2-0.
Third leg, Danny to throw first.
Yeah, he would have liked a 13 darter there, but 16 darts will do. It might be a small concern that he wasn't ruthless with the finishing, but
96.
I think if you'd offered Dirk a 2-0 lead after 2 legs of this one, I think he would have snapped your hand off, and he probably would have as well.
Yeah, this is the 18th meeting between the pair of them as well. I think the biggest match they've played is a quarter-final of the World Match Play in 2022. Game that Danny Noppert won. Played a couple of times on the European stage, 1 apiece. They have played at the European Championships twice as well.
100.
Dirk winning both, so it's advantage Danny Noppert on the head-to-head, but Dirk certainly knows. And a lot of those wins, Rob, is when Dirk was going through that period where he had the injury as well. So April 23 to October 24, Danny was getting the better of him, but this is not the Dirk of then.
No. Very different beast indeed. Yeah, you're right though, they've met in a variety of arenas, even at European Q School as well, way back in 2018. They've met on the Euro Tour, they've met on the floor, World Series finals as well. So an abundance of encounters between these two, and as you say, good friends off the hockey as well. A lot of respect between the two of them.
Different personalities, Rob. You just saw the reaction there. You don't get too much from Danny Noppert, but he's sort of keeps it within. He's got that steely determination. You don't get the Stevie that Danny Noppert's got without that. But you'll see with Dirk, he'll let you know exactly how he's feeling.
Well, I was going to say 2-1-9 from here. He could make a big move, but he's found a single one with his first start. He hasn't moved to the 19s with good effect 40 on that occasion. Just the 40 as well. So a missed opportunity there for Dirk as he looks to get the second break of throw. Danny Noppert will be closing in. Well, he's trimmed off this 65.
85.
I think if you'd have asked me beforehand how was this going to go, I would have said Danny Noppert will average 95. He's just one of those players. He's always mid. So to see him around the 83 mark right now, Dirk van Duijvenbode has got to grab this opportunity while it's there, because Danny will not continue to play like this.
Yeah,
he's swaying them all over the place. It's so unlike Noppert.
I mean, I've said it before as well about Danny. He is one of the biggest grafters on the tour as well. He is such a resilient player. Even, I don't think there's anything like a lost cause in his vocabulary or in his strategy. He is such a resilient player. 20 for tops here. Oh, sorry.
40.
Well, I like that. Yeah, blame the hand, blame the sweat. Yeah, it's just a poor dart in the end. But Danny, this has to go. This has to get him going, this double top.
Yes, on the third leg,
Danny. And that it does. That's the best dart that Danny Noppert's thrown in this game. And that might be a real missed opportunity for Dirk. Because like I mentioned there, Danny does not often play like this. He's averaging 79 at the moment.
Yeah, I was slightly thrown by that second dart from Van Duijvenbode. But as you say, he wanted to go high, but obviously not that high. But just lost his way with the grip, with the release maybe.
57.
He's obviously throws a very traditional dart, so you can see the flight goes above there, so it looked a little awkward. I think many players would have just aimed at that first dart. Back in control of this fourth leg.
Yeah, quickly in control as well. Down to 227 after 6 darts. He has a nice cushion to work with already.
57.
But only 57 scored there, down to a finish. Won't need to be too aggressive when he returns. Although this might just ask 1 or 2 questions.
170.
Big fish. We've already seen it this weekend already. Such a phenomenal treble 20 hitter, but not this time for Dirk van Duijvenbode. So quickly has to look at plan B. Needs a treble, gets the treble, he'll take that.
Yeah, the 19's coming to his rescue once again there. He'll be happy with that final dart. It might just put a different gloss on this one.
44. Dirk requires 78.
Yeah, really baffled with this performance so far from Danny, and Dirk looking really good, but I think even he's surprised at the way Danny's playing, and it could be affecting
46.
his execution of his darts right now, because this is messy from the pair. Didn't expect this.
Yeah, because Van Duijvenbode might be thinking, well, Noppert's surely only going to get better, and who knows, it might start here and now. Little grimace tells you that he was off target with that second dart. I mean, that would have been typical of Danny Noppert, wouldn't it? Just plugging away and then grafting his way to an escape clause there. Double 16 here for Van Duijvenbode, inching closer and having to readjust ever so slightly. I say ever so slightly, more than ever so slightly. He's gone right over to the far-hand side of the oche. His foot is away from the oche, but it's in line.
No score.
What a mess.
Danny required
You could
20.
see him say to himself, come on, after the first dart. The second one made it really more awkward. Had to move right across the oche. And you have to say that's a steal. And for this match to be 2-2 at the moment, Danny Noppert must think it's his birthday right now.
Well, he has been fortunate there in that Van Duijvenbode was not able to capitalise. Saying earlier about Noppert, he just hangs in there. He's resilient. He just keeps working and grafting and just trying to carve out opportunities. And it's once again yielded a bit of a reward already, 2 apiece, when really he should be at least 3-1 down.
Pace of Danny Noppert, we're used to seeing so many super quick Dutch players as well. When I first met Danny, I shared a stage with him many times, became real good friends with him, but he's just very typical, very more methodical player, very clever, lots of bottle. And that's what you think of when you think of Dirk van Duijvenbode. You think of the 180s. It was great for Danny when he won that UK Open. It was an incredible victory over Michael Smith, 11-10. At the time when we were thinking, is Michael Smith ever going to win a major? You know the rest of the story.
Absolutely. I mean, you played Danny, of course, in that 2017 final, didn't you? So you played him before then, obviously, but that was the first real big occasion that Danny Noppert had in his fledgling career.
Yes, only the greats get beaten in a Lakeside final, Danny. As he looks at tops, this could be beautiful. That is Danny Noppert, that's what he's all about. It's such that route on the 137 these days. We saw it earlier where a player went for the treble 16 with the second dart. Karel Sedlacek, where that tops. That came from nowhere, Danny Noppert.
And all of a sudden, you just look at the demeanour and the body language of Van Duijvenbode. He looks agitated, he looks frustrated, and Danny Noppert will just thrive on that now. He knows exactly what Van Duijvenbode is going through. 79. He knows exactly the sort of emotion he brings onto the stage, and he can really capitalise on this now. That is an absolute killer moment. And look, he was nowhere, wasn't he, in the first 2 legs, even 2.5, 3 legs. Not playing well at all, far too many wayward moments. And all of a sudden, it's just started to click into gear. And look at the incrementals there. 21 darter to get back in, or to get on the scoreboard, a 16 darter and a 12 darter. The shift has been alarming.
Dare I say we told you so, in a sense that Dirk had to capitalise while Danny was playing like that, because we know he averages mid-90s with ease. We knew he wasn't going to continue to play that bad.
160.
Dirk van Duijvenbode once again has been given a bit of a freebie here on throw. I'll leave that one to the referee.
I think it is. It's only 5 points, but it might be telling.
I think it isn't.
122.
You were right. I was wrong.
That's a collector's item. Kurt Bevins just gave that one a second glance. I didn't think it needed to go to VAR. Put it that way.
92. Dirk requires 38.
We go direct. Very aggressive. For double 8. For 3-3.
22.
Yeah, I like that from. I mean, he might as well be aggressive because Noppert's on 210 anyway. But that was a chance just to get the blood flowing once again and get the impetus going once again.
It's 2 from 10 on the doubles. You highlighted the frustration, the body language. It needs something to happen. And that's exactly what he's striving for. 3-3 in a bit of a bizarre game. I think if you'd have asked me which game stands out for you today, this afternoon, with all the big names we've got tonight, I was really looking forward to this one. Let's start again and just have a best of 7, lads, because that's what it's all about right now.
Yeah, it's been quite nervy, quite edgy, a little bit of tension, and I think these two have certainly settled into it, but I think the first 6 legs could well dictate the next, who knows, 5. Wouldn't be a surprise, would it?
49.
If we went to 11 legs in this one.
Here's me saying best of 7, it's best of 5, yeah. Get me maths wrong and get me dart points wrong.
93.
You're getting the report of see me. It'll be no surprise, Rob, either, if whoever wins this game comes off and says, I was practicing magnificently. That transition from the practice earlier, you can see them standing next to the comms box here. Great darts from Dirk. And then when you get on that, some days it just feels like hard work. And that's at the beginning of these first 6 legs, that's what it's felt like.
Yeah, and some players, I think, thrive better or appreciate maybe playing in the last match. Some perhaps prefer not to. There's a lot of waiting around. There's a lot of delay. You're not quite sure when you're going to get
63.
on. If you're first up, you know exactly when you're going to be starting. You can almost time your run to perfection, whereas there's a lot of uncertainty otherwise. Noppert looking at 120 to get back in front at 4-3. But Van Duijvenbode has a chance now for another break of throw, a second break of throw, to get back in front at 4-3.
And aggressive, I like that dart right where he wanted it to be for double top. That's the best finish. We've seen a beautiful 137 from Danny Noppert. But that's 65 from Dirk. When you're doing it clean, 2 dart kill, especially when Danny was just getting that momentum in that game. But it's 2 legs on the spin for Dirk van Duijvenbode in this
58.
Yeah, this up and down game.
Yeah, it's still very difficult to call. I'm not writing Noppert out of this just yet, although he needs to find a break. What a good start this could be.
100.
Yeah, filling it up very nicely indeed in that bottom left-hand corner. Off to a flyer as he looks to get the break back.
We did see Damon Hette start slowly and then finish with real aplomb. Maybe that's what the strategy is for Danny Noppert. That's a 180, a much needed 180, because he's against the throw. He needs to break the throw, Dirk van Duijvenbode.
85.
Yeah, 180 followed by an 85, so hasn't really made the most of that opening visit, has Noppert there.
We've seen the majority of the players now. Rob, has anyone stood out yesterday, this afternoon? Has anyone you've really liked their performance as well? I've got to shout while you're having a little look, have a little think. Krzysztof Ratajski is, you know, that reserve coming in, that strange circumstance, playing a player who's already beat him. What a story that would be.
I mean, I've got to say, if Sedlacek had won, he would have been a strong candidate. But I've got to say, Leon Weber, I mean, he has put in 2 really good performances. 96. Coming back against Wasimena yesterday and beating the defending champion. I mean, it's only his 2nd European Tour event as well. So I think a strong case to be made for Weber being the man of the weekend so far.
Excellent set of play from Noppert. Dirk van Duijvenbode was getting a bit of a freebie of a finish here. We're seeing a 137 from Noppert. We're not going to see the 152 from Dirk. He used that same, just took his time.
And you require 40.
Only Noppert for parity, and importantly, a breaker throw. Beautiful dart, 4-4.
Yeah, the last 2 legs he's won, 12 darts, 13 darts. A shame that he was toppled in the midst of all that, but well, we were in a best of 5, we're now in a best of 3. 4 apiece, and the final match of the afternoon session is, as we thought, going to be a close one.
When you're playing set play, when you're playing a major event, it's almost like you can almost give a set away and think, go backstage, what's going on with my game, come back out and refresh. In this one, you can see Danny, who's not been anywhere near his best. He's fighting, but now he's getting better and better throughout. You can see he's beginning to get his scoring power.
125.
Yeah, that's the beauty of these European Tour events, especially on the final day. There is, once you're up on that stage, there is just no respite. You've just got to ride it through. There's no timeout mechanism. There's no facility for having a breather or regrouping. You've just got to find a solution. You're out there on your own. You've got to find a solution by yourself straight away if and when things aren't going well. And you can almost see it, like we saw it in the face of in the reaction of Van Duijvenbode earlier. You can almost see them trying to work it out whilst they're up on the oche throwing, because you're quickly back on throw
92.
after things have gone wrong. You've got very little time to address things.
Yeah, we were talking about Dirk yesterday. I was talking with Dan Dawson in relation where you just think he's, I think I quoted myself as saying he's ready to win a tournament, but he'll put in a magnificent performance like he did last night, but he is prone to, he's just prone to a bad game, and he's in the midst of that right now. He's under the average of 90, and Danny is taking control.
And you require 58.
Well, that was something for Van Duijvenbode to work with, but he might not be given the opportunity. Noppert with 2 darts for 20s. And yeah, all in keeping with what he's been doing in the main when he has been winning legs. He's been winning legs impressively. 5 out of 5 on the checkouts. And with numbers like that, it's going to be very difficult to break him down. He's going to have to find 2 on the spin, and we've not seen too many instances of that in this one.
Interesting, did you see that Danny Noppert doesn't give much away? Give it the big fist pump there. And the 1-2-1 from Dirk.
91.
The scream, the shout was returned.
Yeah, apart from that first couple of legs when Van Duijvenbode opened up a 2-0 lead, it has been very nip and tuck, and it's flip-flopped either way, and Noppert's finishing could well be the most decisive factor of the lot.
56.
And as he said before, not a spectacular average by any stretch, but when you look at the numbers on the finishing, it just begs the question, how much better off would Danny Noppert have been had he found some scoring consistency earlier on in this match, and had he got himself going, had he got himself established earlier on.
Nonchalant 180 there. Still 6 darts for Dirk van Duijvenbode. How many times have we said this week? And it's looking like we are going the distance. Been one of those competitions, a slack dart at the end. How important could that be? Because 66, he'll fancy his chances, but it's going to be under an awful lot of pressure, because Danny Noppert has found the treble 20.
98.
Might find the 54 that would have left a clear dart at tops, but well, it's all about this route 66 for Van Duijvenbode. Will it be a route to a decider, or will it be a route to Danny Noppert taking this one out? All or nothing here.
48.
I go back to that last start on that setup play. Danny Noppert has not been at his brilliant best, far from it, but he's going to get a match dart. It's Poppy for Noppy. Somehow he gets over the line in that game. Because let me tell you, that was a slow start for Danny Noppert. But 6 starts out of 6 on the doubles. That's why Danny Noppert is giving it the fist bump. And for Dirk van Duijvenbode, he looks a frustrated individual. He has missed an opportunity there, an opportunity taken, and Danny Noppert once again is through to the last 16.